Hey.
Hello, Glenn.
What's happening?
So many things that happen. How's everybody? How are you? How's Jennifer? How's people on the farm? How's the whole family?
Yeah?
No, I was asking you. How's everybody?
Well, that's what Jennifer just asked me. She said, what's going on with Jared's website of your website?
On my website, it's more of like things like notes I take, things that I come across. I haven't posted any of your posts on it. And the only thing I use, sometimes I use your post if I make a video, but I just tried making a video and now my computer's messed up again. It's just every time I make a video, they somehow know, and they just shut me down. Try to shut me down. Every time I upload it, I try to upload it, they just try to shut me down.
Yeah.
And I just don't. I can't let it get me angry because they're gonna do this forever. So.
She says that people are going to your website to read my material on a daily basis.
Really?
She's got nothing else to do but look around.
Oh, I didn't know that. I mean, yeah, because my name comes up when they type up your name on a Google search. I come up. So, I have videos, your videos on my site. I have...
She said it's all orchestrated by Google.
Yeah.
That what they wanted from my website was to be able to use my website to send each other messages. They do that through the tracking system. And then when my website got to be 12,000 a day, they couldn't use it because the thing just keeps scrolling too fast. So they basically are using your website of my website to deflect all of the other people that are not part of their organization to yours, and they send their people to mine, and that way they can give themselves messages, since mine is not getting the same number of hits and it doesn't move as fast, so they can scan to see who's sending them messages internally. So mine has become the internal website for Google, yours the public one.
Yeah, so you're the esoteric.
Yeah.
Oh. Well, I'm just, with my immigration, I just got an email not too long ago, 2 weeks ago.
Yeah.
And they're saying, oh, we need proof that you paid us. We need a copy, statute, or something like that. They needed things that I already gave to them. That's what they're saying now. They're not asking for everything that they asked before now, but now they're saying that they need things that I already gave to them. So I gotta go and probably have to pay him, because I know nobody else has to do this for them, but I'm probably gonna have to pay him another $200 more. I'm gonna have to give him a copy of my records again. So I see that. I see what how they're giving me more extra work, but I can't let that get me, man. I'm just gonna do it. I'm playing their game.
That's life on the planet until we make a change, George.
Yeah. Well, the good news is I'm I think I found somebody else who seems to like really like be interested in this stuff, and she like I was having like dialogues with internet emails, go on MySpace at first, and as soon as she as soon as like after a few days, like after a week, then like MySpace just like blocked her from sending me emails, and I didn't receive anything. So she could only make like a comment on the page I had, and then so she had, and then it just blocked her from sending anybody any type of email. So she sends me my stuff to my email, and that was the same night that my computer just like kind of like started messing up, and it shuts down now.
Well, that's the reason we have computers. It's not for our benefit. It's mental telepathy by letting your fingers do the talking.
Yeah. They do it in such a way, though.
Their system for their purpose, not for ours.
Yeah. Well, at least I burnt some movies. I was going to send that movie. I burnt that movie that Tom was asking for.
Yeah.
I'll send him that one probably this week coming up. And, yeah, that's it.
I'm still looking for that piece of music on a separate disc from Dana, if you speak to him.
Oh, yeah, he told me that, yeah.
Yeah, because I want to analyze each note, and I don't want it interfered with by the rest of the movie. And he said he had done that, so...
Oh, I think I can do that. I can just cut it out and just play it and just post that particular part. It's not hard. I just, I don't know if my computer, if it's, because I turned it on today and it stayed on for like 10 minutes and shut down. So yeah, what's, learn any lessons?
Well, the lessons we're learning is about the role of ecclesiastics and how they came about. And it's the same basic story as, say, the Kennedys. The old man started off as a gun runner. The Brofmans as bootleggers. Ecclesiastics start up in the same way. They basically ran bootlegging off the end of the island of Montreal, having the friars at Oka make the booze for them. And then they'd hijack the natives coming with their canoes full of furs on their way to Montreal to trade them in at the Hudson's Bay Company. But they'd get them to come ashore under the threat of shooting them, and then they gave them booze, and then they bought their furs for a few bottles of liquor. That's where they got the money, basically, to start up the systems that they put in place. Orphanages, followed by old people's homes, followed by hospitals. And that way they got tied into the government funding through taxes and have become the wealthiest people on the planet. The old people provide DNA. The workers are put back to work as slaves as quickly as possible, all at their own expense. And the children are infiltrated with the ones they manufacture themselves and call foundlings, and stick them out for adoption that way through the adoption agencies they set up. So the whole system of charity is what I and the cell have been working on, and analyzing exactly how it was put together and how it builds up to create states and provinces and eventually countries from the links that it makes between the Masonic organizations in those states and the ecclesiastic organizations in those states. It's all a very interesting process. Find out that all the do-gooders have a background in crime.
I thought you found that out years ago. That these guys...
you always know the process, but you don't know the individuals. The individuals are what basically brings everything to life.
Yeah, when you look at guys like John Kerry and Al Gore, I think you can trace them to their family.
But they're public people. They're not the really important people. Those are cosmetics.
No, I'm saying their families and stuff. You can trace it back to opium wars.
Yeah, but if you look at the people that stayed behind the scene, they're the religious institutions of today.
Yeah.
Especially those linked to St. Joseph, a sugar daddy for the Virgin Mary. Those are the big organizations. San Jose, California.
Oh, so that's like a hint that you're saying, the sugar daddy. Cool.
Got all those behind-the-scene crowd. Mount Angel with the Benedictines in California. I got them singing their Gregorian chants. 45 of them I've got on a PA system, blowing out the farmhouse so that they can all hear it in the bush. Gregorian chants by Benedictine monks of Oregon, Mount Angel.
Yeah, I've heard of that. What was their original purpose? Was it to put people in a type of trance?
It's a coded language based on musical notes. For those who understand it, it's speaking different stories, giving them different directions.
Have you ever been able to decipher it?
Somewhat, yeah. Somewhat.
I guess you'd have
That's why I want that set of notes. Because it's linked to Buddhist chants, Gregorian chants. Also received a chime based on Gregorian chants, Gregorian hymns. You could tell each note, and I want to compare it with that Close Encounter one.
Yeah, I know a movie that plays. I sent it to you. It's called The Watchmen. They use Gregorian chant.
Called the what?
The Watchmen.
Watchmen, yeah.
They use. I wonder if any of those movies help.
They all help. Nothing gives you an answer, but they all give you a hint.
Yeah.
And you put all the hints together and you get answers.
Mm-hmm.
Like reading books.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I haven't. Lately, I haven't been reading.
That's why you got to get away from the world and be in a place where you have the time.
Yeah. Yeah.
Insurance company is starting to give me a hard time over visitors and borders.
Yeah, I was talking to Dana. It's just like they really do give him a hard time. Like, just he can't get a job.
Yeah.
Like, what the hell, man? Like, they just keep him stagnant, keep him right there where they want him. Crazy. And then you're saying that they want you should die, man. I don't want you to die, Glenn. I don't want that, man. It's not fair, man.
They can't kill me until they replace me here. So they're fighting against themselves by keeping people away. They're really destroying through the back door what they're trying to do through the front door.
Mm. Yeah.
I wouldn't mind being up there and having a say in this from a sixth dimension point of view.
Sixth dimension is more like what? Quality? Is that
It's where the recipes for universes are assembled.
Mm.
The lessons learned from each universe is adapted into the next universe. So we study the bad guys in order to make sure that the next universe is formed in a way that cuts them off at the pass. The problem with this universe was giving each person a unit of political power without preventing them from giving it away. So by giving away their unit of political power, one group of crooks has been able to assemble that, and they call it democracy. Then they use democracy to pretend that they're not communist or fascist. But in fact, they are the same.
Now, do you think any universe is without bad guys?
Yeah, each universe is designed to get rid of the information that led to people being bad people, and trying to keep it on the straight line of evolution as it was intended, not evolution as it has become. We have a chance now to buy about 5,000 more years for this universe if we're successful at what we do. The chances of it surviving beyond 7,000 AD are practically nil. But if we can buy 5,000 years, that would add to the 4,000 that is planned already and give you 5,000 more years and that many more lessons learned to bring into the next trial. The fifth dimension is basically the Stargate, if you will, the passageway, the transition out of this one. The sixth universe is where all the good stuff gets assembled.
I remember you saying something about masonry in the fifth column. Would that link to that too?
Fifth column is basically related to coming at you from the rear.
Mm.
That's why CCR, what's their name?
CCRS?
Clearwater, yeah, CCR. facing, looking out my back door. Because everybody's facing what is obvious. They're looking at the big hurricanes in the Atlantic Ocean, while at the same time, activity related to hurricanes that has never occurred this far north.
Yeah, like tornadoes in Brooklyn, they say.
Over Oregon and Washington State and British Columbia. And they're going through periods of rain and wind like they've never seen before.
Did you hear what happened here? Like some supposedly...
Yeah, tornadoes in New York.
What type of shit is that, Glenn?
Yeah.
So orchestrated.
Yeah. Everything designed to attract your attention while something hits you at the back of the head. While we look at Lake Superior, a tsunami sent up the St. Lawrence will hit you from the rear. If you're looking down the St. Lawrence for that tsunami, you get hit by the flushing toilet coming at you from the rear.
Would that rear also be where you said that chunk of ice?
Yeah, that's planned for 2 years from now, so a year and a half to 2 years. That would block the entire flow of water out or in to the St. Lawrence Seaway. That would spill over to all of that territory south of the Seaway.
There's obviously a lot I got to catch up on with you.
The rising of the Canadian Shield is another event that has to be considered here.
Oh, yeah.
I believe it's already begun.
I think it's begun
I know about what's going on underground from here to Ogdensburg.
They can actually do that, raise it?
Yeah.
By raising it,
they're also doing it to Australia. 13 inches in something like a year. The ocean floor has risen on the west coast of Australia. And the opposite is true on the east coast of Australia. It's gone down. Here it's going to be a V-shaped empire. A vampire.
Mm-hmm.
Its point is Ogdensburg. Either side is called Messina, a real mess, and Watertown. All of that will rise. Flooding Messina, flooding Watertown, raising Ogdensburg higher, preventing water from flowing into the seaway at Messina or at Kingston, Ontario, Lake Ontario. It's all happening. Not a matter of when.
It's already happening.
It's happening all over the world. Each little event put together in Pakistan, in Moscow, in China, in India.
Yeah, and it's just like it's like all these little. I guess that's what these little cliques or groups, they're all.
The whole intent is to destroy Africans, destroy black people. Mm-hmm. If you can't kill them, turn them into grays, mulattoes. Intermarry the black and the white, and you get grays. That's basically the whole plot. The ones you can kill, you kill. The ones you can't, you change.
What do you hear about, like, what's going on in Africa?
Well, the birth of this whole system is the face is Portugal, the head is Spain, but the body of the pregnant woman is North Africa on the western coast. Right at the top, you would have sticking out into the Atlantic the equivalent of breasts. And then when you dip down a little further, Burkina Faso, that area, you have the pregnant woman's belly sticking out. Take a map and put a line from the middle of Spain down to where the bump of Africa cuts back in, and you'll see the shape there is that of a pregnant woman.
So I was telling you it gave birth to a system. So what else is Jennifer saying? What else is she saying?
Well, she was wondering why Google would have taken the trouble of setting up a second site to put my stuff on, and it's basically because of that they're using my site for their own internal reasons, and there was just too many hits. So they moved those people over to yours. They're redirecting from all kinds of forums around the world. They'll drop in the URL to send people to your site so they can read my stuff. Kind of get a common theme going.
So they read your stuff, and they're reading your stuff for what reason? For just information, or?
Well, it's a matter of the process by which they operate is always you tell people before you hit them, and you laugh at them because they can't figure it out. That's the reasoning behind it. Anyways, I gotta go, and I'll talk to you again.
Okay, Glenn.
Bye for now.